Hey, this is Dan Henson with Sarasota Florida Living. Welcome to the studio again. We have a great guest in here, John Romero-Churio, and he has a great business called D&J Cleaning Services of Manasota. John and myself go back in a restaurant business from years ago, probably 15, 20 years ago, and he's been wonderful for my guests in real estate. We need a referral for a cleaning business, Airbnbs, corporate restaurants, corporate businesses. He's just an amazing job. People love him. So without further ado, I want to introduce John. Welcome to the studio. Say hi to everybody and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, Dan, thanks for having me. This is great to be here. I'm excited. Want to make sure everybody learns a little bit more about our business and what we do.
Yeah, excellent. So how'd the whole cleaning business come about?
Sure. So my partner, Duvan, started back in 2002.
Okay.
He was working out in the Siesta Key and out on Turtle Beach, cleaning condos out there. And after a while, it's like I just wanted to start making my own money and not working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday for the rest of my life. So we decided to open our business in 2017. We already had some clients that he had been taking care of. He retired. And so we just went full blast into cleaning.
Wow, that's great. And where would you say the majority of your business comes from? And then also, what's the majority of business that you're doing, per se? Because probably a lot of referral, because I know that you're an easy person to talk to. You're straight to the point.
So when I was starting in 2017, I had a friend who is part of BNI, which is Business Networking International.
Gotcha.
And Jessica said to me one time, she's like, "John, we don't have a cleaner in our group. We need somebody. Can you come in?" I was like, "Sure, I'll stop by." I went 2 or 3 times. And then after that, it's like you make a decision. It's like, do you want to join their group or, whatever. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm not ready yet. I'm just starting. I just opened up the business like 2 months ago. So let me get started first. So about November that same year, I was like, why not? I'm not doing anything. They still don't have a clean in the group. So I joined their group. The majority of our business comes from referrals.
Okay.
So the people in the business networking group will send me referrals. And then I tell people, it's like, hey, make sure you refer us your neighbors. So I would get another referral for their neighbors. And then that moved us into Airbnbs. So we do about 10 to 12 Airbnb clients monthly.
Okay.
And, they could flip every week, every 2 weeks, depending on how the season, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's funny. We were just talking about before we got on the podcast. You said, "Oh my gosh, look at this one we just got. You got a new employee that you had over there, and they had to send you pictures because it was left so rough."
Right.
So we're going to make sure we get some of those pictures and put them up on the podcast and say, "This is why you need somebody to take care of it." Because if you're an investor and you're doing all your thing and you're buying properties, you're doing Airbnbs, short term, long term, it's so nice to have somebody just pick up the phone, introduce them to your investor, and then you take care of it. Mm-hmm. And after what you showed me, I'm sure most people don't want to deal with what your company deals with.
Yeah, no.
And then you're like, really?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
The majority of times we're lucky, but sometimes when you go in there, you're like, somebody had a bachelorette party or somebody had like a birthday party or something, but they just didn't care.
Right. Right. So are you doing? So you do a lot of Airbnb stuff. Mm-hmm. So I know that we were talking because we're a realtor and real estate team, and now you get introduced to my team. They'll make sure they refer it out. We had you. One of my customers bought a place just probably about a month ago. I referred you over to them. They loved you. They like, oh my gosh, it's so great because they walked into a clean place. They just closed on it, and they're moving their son down from college. They didn't have time to get it cleaned up. And no matter what people do when they buy a home and they say they're going to clean, it's not left good enough for the people to move in. So that's a great thing for you. And I'm going to make sure that everybody has your name and contact information in this podcast so they can reach out to you. But so what are some of the future plans that you got going on with the business? I mean, so you're right here, pretty much Sarasota, Manatee County?
Correct.
Yeah, so you're not going much north or south until you spread. And you're ready to go larger, but you got to find them people want to work.
Right. That's one of our
biggest
main challenges. Yeah. We do have a couple clients that have moved, so we try to stick with our clients wherever they go to. We have one client that's up in Parrish that we'll drive out there to. We do it like bi-weekly.
Okay.
And then we have 3 or 4 Airbnbs down in Venice, so we'll go down there too. Try not to go any further south or north.
Parrish to Venice is about the ballpark.
Yeah, because it's just myself, my partner, and we have like one other employee at the time.
And you have a couple more that one's got a baby and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But so as kind of going with the future, we were talking about. So where do you see the company going over the next 3 to 5 years?
So my short-term goal is
Yeah.
by the time I'm 50 is to retire.
Okay.
So not meaning that I don't want to do any part of the business.
So that's in
aspect
10
of
years. 10 years.
it. 6.
Okay. All right. Good. Good.
So that's my 6-year plan.
Okay.
But I want to be able to have the business running by itself, having all the people in place that I need, and then this way I can just, if somebody needs help, I can go and help them or supervise.
Direct traffic from outside.
Right.
6. Okay. So I know you're a big singer. You know, can you tell us a little bit about the singing and other things with that?
Yeah, so the group that I started with was Gulf Coast Men's Chorus of Sarasota. And then in 2006, we became Diversity the Voice of Sarasota. I've been singing with them since I was 20.
Wow.
And, you know, we have 2 concerts a year. We travel all over the place. We just came back from Gala Festival up in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
Amazing. 7,000 singers all get together. We
Oh,
all
wow.
just perform for each other. So much fun. And it's just like a fun hobby. Like, if you catch me singing, it's pretty much at all times.
So it just started
times.
like singing in the shower and then just kind of
Sing in
worked
the
up from there.
shower, in the car, like walking down the aisle in the grocery store. I'm just singing whatever
Nice.
music's
Well,
playing. Yeah.
I know who my new voice man is going to be, and when we start doing some of these commercials for other customers and clients, it might be very necessary. Is there some other things that they need to know about working with you, or is there anything special that they should do? Or
No, I'm pretty much an open book. I have very good communication skills. I will text the client like, "Hey, we're on our way." I will send pictures if I need to, if they're not in the state. Constant communication. I like communicating with the clients. And just making sure they're happy. I have a 100% guarantee. So if they're not happy, we'll come back and fix whatever is wrong.
pricing plan, or you kind of have a pricing plan?
Yeah, it depends on the size of the Airbnb. Like, we do 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms. I think we have a couple that are 4 bedrooms. So, you know, it ranges anywhere from 100 to 175, max 225. If there's a lot of laundry that we do, because we do take on that
Or what we had
responsibility.
today is something
Right.
special. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, like I say, but just making sure that we have a set plan for that. And you know, I'm a very organized person,
Yeah.
so like whenever they like, "Hey John, you know, what do you recommend?" It's like I'll tell them. So this is what I do in all my Airbnb, so they're all the same.
Yes.
So if I go in there, or if my husband goes in there, or if one of my employees goes in there, they are going to do the same thing in each Airbnb.
Right.
Nothing different.
They know what to expect.
Right. And if anything's damaged or needs fixing, you know, we tell the client right away. If they have like a handyman or somebody, we'll text them, call them, say, "Hey, we need this done." But I don't know. We started out with like 15 Airbnbs a month, and now we're up to over probably like 70.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how often they flip down here.
Oh my gosh, man! I didn't realize it was that crazy. I know you're busy, you know, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. So Airbnbs obviously is definitely one leg of it. You've been really good to mine, and most realtors, if you're watching this and attached to it, call John, because it's amazing when people buy a house and close it. And now he's not going to fix holes in the wall and repair the electrical, but when you walk in, the place is going to smell good, be clean, as clean as it can be. Now you can't take care of grout, you know,
Right.
that's been dirty and stuff. But when you walk in, it's got that fresh, clean smell. And my people are super happy with it. Everybody recommend, they love it. And so as a realtor, they should reach out if they're if they have a resale, or you mentioned before they start, they take the listing, or before they start doing open houses and stuff.
Right.
You've had that happen too.
Right.
So most of your realtor services, is it really just somebody's closed and needs it clean, or they're getting ready to list, it needs to be clean? Pretty much
Both. Depending on the realtor, most people want to have photos done first. So they're going to like, "Hey, we need this place cleaned, organized
right.
before we come and take photos." And then usually they'll do a deep clean as they're moving out. So once all their stuff's out, "Hey, I want a deep clean for the next person moving in."
Okay.
Or the next person coming in says, "Hey, before we move in, we want a deep clean so we know that the house is clean."
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between I guess there's no more a regular clean and a deep clean? What's the difference?
Sure. So a regular cleaning is we come in, we clean bathrooms, kitchen, floors, mop, vacuum.
Clean the oven out and stuff?
No, that's part of a deep clean. Yep.
That's a deep clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So a part of a deep clean is like we do all the inside of all appliances. We'll do the refrigerator, the oven, AC, grills.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
The tracks of the sliding glass doors. We'll do inside and outside.
Oh,
of the
wow.
glass.
That's amazing.
Yep. So the only thing we can't do are windows on the outside, because there's certain products that you have to be able to use, and we don't carry those.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Wow. I didn't realize it was in depth. I mean, that's a deep clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever had, tell us like maybe one of your best stories and worst stories as we wrap things up, and if there's any final notes you have. But do you have like a crazy story that needs to be out there that, you know?
I do. So we had a $1 million home out on Siesta Key,
Okay.
3 stories, and they're like, hey, we want to have it cleaned. Great. We go out there. I had 5 people, and it took us all day long. And as I'm looking around, I'm like, I know we're cleaning, but why are people still doing construction work? I was like, so then we're going to have to clean around them and then come back again and do another cleaning.
Yeah.
But they wanted it from top to bottom. And as I looked up, I'm like, there's no way. It's 3 stories and it's like wide open, like, I don't know, like 25-foot ceilings. I'm like, I can't get up there, you know? So not knowing what a house looks like on the inside before I go there, it's like, you should have told me, like, you know, how big the ceilings were, you know, whatever.
A lesson learned.
Yeah, exactly. And that there's people still working and doing construction and stuff. I'm like, okay. So, yep. Duly noted. So next time I was like, hey, if there's any construction, wait till they're done and then call us.
That one probably cost you money to do.
No, actually, we did okay. Yeah, we did okay.
The client was okay with it and said, hey, it's going to be a little more money than we thought.
Yeah. And you know, it's like she was supposed to call us back a couple weeks later once they were finished, but I think she took on the work and did it herself. So I was like, oh,
yeah. Well, you gave her a good head start, you know. What's your maybe best story? I mean, you have anything that you've been like, this is just amazing?
You know, the best story that I have is like the relationships that we build with our clients.
Nice.
You know, I mean, we have clients that bring us Christmas gifts and, you know, gives bonuses every year. They don't need to, but they do. And I'm like, that's nice. You know, they're going out of their way to notice us as, you know, we're part of the family.
Right.
You know, it's like we talk about the kids. We talk about, you know, what's going on with their relatives. You know, the dog dies, you know, that kind of stuff.
You give suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, and Marius and myself and my team, we have the Sunbiz Studios and we have a real estate company also. And everything's relationship building. Even the studio was designed around the relationship building, and you know, hence why we're here.
Right.
So that's why you're going to be so successful, because you don't treat people as a paycheck.
Exactly.
You know, yes, you get paid for your work, but you have pride in your work. Mm-hmm. And like you said before, if it's not right, we'll make it right. You know, whatever it is.
Exactly.
So, any last words? Any shout outs?
This is great. My voice sounds good on camera, so
nice.
Not bad.
Nice. Yeah, we definitely got to reach out. If you're anywhere in the Sarasota, Manatee area, it had to be a little bit of a travel getting to Port Charlotte and Northport, but I tell you, Venice and Sarasota all the way up through Parrish you're the guy to call. Mm-hmm. And again, if we haven't hit maybe a cleaning project that you would have, I would say at least reach out to John and see if they can do it, because I mean, you look at any challenge, and you know, if I can do it, I'll do it. If I can't, I'm going to direct you where, you know, somebody can.
Correct.
Yeah.
Duvon, he's like, no, we can do that. I'm like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
He's like, do I have to go out and get anything special? And he's like, no, I got this. I'm like, okay.
All right. Nice.
We can do it.
Well, that's good. That's good. Commitment.
But for the majority of the clients, if they need anybody, I can recommend somebody.
Yeah.
If they need a realtor, a handyman, a painter, whatever. I know so many people in Sarasota area that I can pass you the information.
Yeah, and we're like that too. And actually, I do want to, you know, collaborate our guys, because I got a really good plumber, electrician. You know, I got a great AC guy. But again, we're building these businesses, and I think that's another good aspect about what you do. And as you build your social media, if you do that, having some of your really good referral partners in play on your social media, I think would be awesome. So
yeah.
But I appreciate you coming in, John. It's great
Thanks.
seeing you again.
You as well.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for your space.
We're going to make sure that we have all the contact information here on YouTube. And till next time, we'll see you, and have a great day, a wonderful week, and a great year. Thank you so much.
Thanks.